Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm James Ackerman. I'm your instructor this summer in online public speaking, which is kind of a conundrum when you think about it. Online public speaking isn't really public speaking in the same sense that you would have as a seated course. Typically, in a seated course, you're going to have five speeches, and you're going to give all five of those in front of your classmates. In this case, you're going to have four speeches you record in front of a camera, and then a fifth that you will record in front of five people that you bring at the end of the semester. So I know in your introductory post, some of you have said that you took this class online because you were afraid of public speaking. And although I agree it's a good way to kind of circumnavigate getting around your anxiety, it's not necessarily going to help you in overcoming that anxiety. So just be aware of that. I will help teach you some tips and tricks. Your textbook will talk about some of getting over your anxiety, but it's not going to completely remedy that. I do want to also point out that this class, because it's online, has its own unique set of challenges. There's not someone who's going to sit there every class and say, this is due, this is due, this is due. Hey, did you do that? Hey, did you do this? Don't forget to bring this next time. The way this course works is that your modules are weekly. Really, they're 8 days. They open on a Monday. Your assignments are typically due on the following Tuesday. Sometimes they're due on the Thursday. So sometimes they're due 4 days after they open. Most of the time, though, they're due the following Tuesday, which is 8 days. The best thing you can do is just keep up with your modules. Make sure you're doing all your work. You're checking them very first thing at the beginning of the week, planning ahead, knowing what needs to be completed. We're going to have an awesome time this semester. We're going to make the best of online public speaking. I'm really pumped for it. I love what I do. And as long as you just meet me halfway, you put the effort in, you'll get out of this class whatever you want. So I do have a few announcements that I want to share with you that I've actually had a few questions from students so far. I've actually had 2 students come and meet me in person, which is awesome. You're more than welcome to do that. I'm on campus in the summers. Always just shoot me an email. I'll be happy to meet with you. I've also had several emails. So I want to run through just a few things that I think are important that we should really discuss to make sure everyone's on the same page. Because typically what I've found is that if one person has a question, then typically more people have the same question. So let's just go ahead and start with your webcams or your cell phone cameras. If they work, awesome. You don't need to buy a webcam. However, on the downside that they don't work, you will have to go and purchase a new camera. Number 2, your first modules are due tonight. It's module 1 and 2. Make sure you get those done, please. And then modules 3, 4, and 5 are due next Tuesday. They've been open for a while. I typically will open modules early if I can, but just always make sure you're checking that module section, working ahead as much as you want, but just getting the work done on time, really, obviously, that's key. Waiting till the last minute to work on it, never a good idea, because if you have questions, how are you going to ask me? I have a 11-month-old son now. My wife and I are typically in bed pretty early. We're up early, but we're in bed early because we're old, and that's just how we roll. So I'm not going to be able to answer questions late at night. I won't be able to answer them last minute. I typically try to separate my work life and my home life. So just know that I will check email as often as possible, but typically if you email me late at night, it's just not going to happen. Sometimes even just in the evenings or on the weekends as well. I also want to point out this is my first semester using Canvas, so bear with me. I'm going to work with you as much as I can, and I'm going to make this the best experience possible. I'm learning as I go, though, just like many of you are doing in this class as well. The last announcement that I have for you is just that we, obviously can't communicate in person. We use discussion boards to do that, and we watch each other's videos sometimes. But other than that, we just, we talk asynchronously. We don't really talk in a synchronous way face to face. So it's important to keep up with your discussion boards, but also to go back and read my questions, read my replies, read your classmates' replies, and then reply to us. I've asked every one of you a question in your introductory post, and I really do expect responses, and so do your classmates, right? It's an online class, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to interact as much as possible. So just make the best of it. You're going to feel better about the course if you're interacting with me, with your classmates, and it's going to have a better experience for you. So I'm really looking forward to this semester. I'm pumped to be your instructor. I'm glad you chose me, even if I was your only option, but we're going to make the best of it. And just always make sure that you email me with questions, or you can set a time to come see me. All right. If you have any questions, just email me. Thanks. Bye.